Hi and welcome to our easysteer help stroke demonstration video. This here is our A series setup. These are the rough sizes externally of the motor, housing and steering ECU, just to give you some sort of idea of size, shape. In this next section we'll try and show and explain how the A series system works. Here we have the housing stripped down, and this is how you take the torque sensor off the motor housing to expose the inner shaft. Inside there are torque sensing rings. Here we've set up a simple bench test. We'll switch the system on, power it up, the ECU will click in and we'll turn the assistance up to maximum. As you can see, with no torque applied, the motor on the left does not turn. As we apply resistance to the steering, you'll see the motor spin up, both left and right. The more torque you apply to the steering wheel input end, the faster the motor will spin in the desired direction. On the A series setup, there are 4 wires coming out of the torque sensor. Here we'll try and show the readings from each. On both the yellow and the white wire, static with no torque applied, the reading should be about 2.5–2.6 volts. When torque's increased, it will rise to 3, maybe just above, and decrease to just under 2. Here we test the black wire, and it shows no voltage loaded or unloaded. Near the red wire should show a constant 8.1 volts loaded and unloaded, until we switch the steering ECU off, close the circuit down, it drops to 0. Switch it back on, wait for the click, back up to 8.1. Here we switch the motor on, and without any steering resistance the motor won't turn. Now if we apply some resistance, the steering spins both ways, power steering. Here's our simple test rig, showing our steering ECU, control unit, on-off switch and little potentiometer, and always a fully charged 12 volt battery. Now here's a quick run through of our B series setup. The motor has similar outputs to the A series, but there are slight differences in shape and size. Here's our bench setup showing our B series motor. Switch on, a couple of seconds later, steering ECU will click in, turn the pot up to max for max assistance. As you can see, we apply steering effort left and right, the motor assists each way. Using a simple multimeter we'll try and show the voltages from the wires going into the B series torque sensor. Most modern electric power steering systems, EPS, use 12 volt motor and a torque sensor to decide where assistance is needed. This is a similar bench test but with our T-series setup. Switch the motor on, assistance up to full. With little or no resistance the motor doesn't move. Apply resistance, so more torque's needed to turn the steering, and the motor boots up and assists. Here are some more voltage readings coming out of the torque sensor on the T series, which has less wires than the B series. This is the part where you need 3 hands, but as you can see, apply torque either way and the motor boots up and assists. Here's our bench setup, showing the steering ECU, control unit and a fully charged battery. Now in this section we'll show you a stripped down steering angle, also known as a torque sensor, and how it works. We'll try and show you how to adjust it and set it on both the B and the T series. Here we'll show you how to set or adjust the steering angle sensor. First of all, mark up the original position and move it slightly left and slightly right, and you'll find an area of dwell in the middle. This is where the torque sensor should be set, so there's no assistance left or right.